3rd of September, 1510. The governor's popped in this morning to tell me that a couple of lads need chopping. To be honest, I was quite chuffed when I found out who they were. None other than Sir Richard Ebson and Edmund Dudley. They've been very unpopular ministers of the governor's dad's day. The governor had them arrested the first day he took the throne, which made him very popular with everyone, except for Ebson and Dudley, of course. We had a nice day for it, big crowds all singing, "Here we go, here we go, here we go." I didn't mind that, but I could have done without everyone pointing at my axe and chanting, "Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough." And the yells and "He's behind you" when Dudley put the neck on the block. Ebson was making his way up the scaffold when he staggered a bit and said, "Sorry, I haven't got the head for heights." "Don't worry," I replied. "Soon you're not going to have head for anything." That got a big laugh. I reckon I should have been a jester. 10th of September, 1510. Fame at last. Some bloke on the Toppers Times asked me to do an advert for some of their kits. The Executioner's Guide. Problems with beggars and vagabonds? Teach them a lesson with a brand new stock of pillories. Make it fast by doing it yourself. Easy to assemble instructions. Stocks in stock for only 16 crowns. Easy to clean. Egg and rotten vegetable stains simply wiped away. Pillories made to measure. All size fits from giants to dwarves. Only 20 crowns. As recommended by the King's own executioner, Chopper Smith. Did all right at that. 1st of January, 1511. The governor came bursting in at about 7 o'clock this morning, grinning like a gargoyle. "Congratulate me, Chopper! It's a boy!" He was pleased as a dog with two tails. I knew how much the governor wanted a boy to be king after him. I asked him what he was going to call the kid. "I want to call him after you, Chopper." What an honour, I thought. But then I said, "I like that, governor, but King Chopper sounds a bit funny. Why don't you name him after yourself?" The governor thought about it and agreed. "You're right, Henry it is." And he threw me a gold coin, and then he shouted out, "Party time, we're off tournaments and going to give out free wine in the streets of London." And off he went to show the kid to the nobles who pretended to be pleased. All day they'd be parading through the royal nursery, smiling their heads off and going, "Gucci goo and ism wism." Sickly. 25th of February, 1511. Little Prince Henry died today. I was expecting the gov to show up this evening, and I had a bottle open in readiness. He came in and slumped down by the fire like a sack of turnips. "Chopper," he said, looking at the flames, "it's a judgment." He's always been worried because Catherine used to be married to his elder brother Arthur. If Arthur had lived, then he would have been king rather than the governor. But he died, so the governor got his throne and his missus. I said it was early days yet, plenty of time for the Queen to have another kid. But he wouldn't listen. "It's a judgment from God," he kept saying. I could see his point. What if Catherine doesn't have another kid? The governor had lots of rivals for the throne. He has to get an heir, and if Queen Catherine doesn't produce one, then there's going to be trouble. 2nd of September, 1511. The governor keeps keeping himself busy with plans for the Royal Navy. He's going to build up some new ships with 2 decks and 70 guns apiece. He showed me the drawings. The new ships are bigger than anything France or Spain have got. And look, the business. 15th of May, 1512. We're at war. The governor's made a claim to the French throne, but old Louis XII said no. So the armies set off to Calais to sort the French out, and everybody's cheering and knitting woolly hats for the troops. 1st of November, 1512. Not much news from France. It seems the governor isn't too much in a hurry to find the French to start fighting. The Pope said Louis isn't king anymore, and he gave France to the governor. This is all very well, but whatever the Pope says, Louis is still in Paris and our army is still partying in Calais. Not like to stir before winter. Meanwhile, it isn't half boring around here. I had a postcard. "Dear Chopper, weather continues fine. This is a picture of where we are, but you can't see the camp. It's just to the left. Henry Rex." We don't have a newspaper. Henry wins his spurs. King Henry VIII today won his first battle only a few miles from the field of Agincourt, where King Henry V gave the French good pasting nearly 100 years ago. The frightened French showed no stomach for the fight and were soon running for their lives. "Your son says, 'Nice one, Hal.'" The messenger who brought the news said that still couldn't work out what happened in the battle. The French cavalry outnumbered our blokes 10 to 1. But as soon as the fighting started, they just chucked their swords away and scarpered. Apparently, the French are calling it the Battle of the Spurs because their cavalry ran away so fast. 15th of September, 1513. Big job today. Edmund de la Pole, the Earl of Suffolk, no less. The Queen sent for me this morning. She told me to take the Earl out of the dungeons and as she put it, have his head off. I said I was only supposed to take orders from the governor. She lost a rag at that and did a lot of stamping about. She told me Henry had left her in charge, and if I didn't fancy the job, then she could find somebody else who did. So I had to get on with it. I had a big crowd all shouting, hurry up, chop chop. When I lopped off his head, everyone sang. Oh, it's all going to be quiet over there. Mind you, when the crowd started singing, oh, there won't be any, there won't be so many going home. You couldn't really argue. Not if you were the ex-Earl of Suffolk anyway. To be honest, I feel a bit sorry for the poor bloke. After all, he'd been in the dungeons of the Tower of London since the governor's dads found out he was plotting against him in 1506. Still, orders are orders. So off it was, with his head, and bye-bye head.